sponge-worthy. I think I'm very sponge-worthy.
In The Sponge, episode 119 of Seinfeld, Elaine discovers her birth control device has ceased production.
Yeah, do you have any Today sponges? I know they're off the market, but
Actually, we have a case left.
A case?
Her stockpile is running low, which means every use of the sponge takes on greater value. Her date therefore has to convince her that he is sponge-worthy, putting his best foot forward.
So you think you're sponge-worthy?
Yes, I think I'm sponge-worthy. I think I'm very sponge-worthy.
Scarcity is a powerful way to reframe priorities. Just imagine, for example, if we placed such value on our time. Before you take on more work, imagine if you asked, but is it sponge-worthy? Want to get higher engagement on your posts? Use sensory language. After analysing over 7,500 influencer posts, researchers have found the way they describe the products they're promoting impacts how engaged their audience is. Using sensory terms, like saying a hand cream is smooth rather than effective, increases likes and engagement, and it increases purchase intent. But why? Authenticity. It makes it seem like they've actually used the product, and that's what increases trust. Now, if you already have a loyal base who trust you, you probably don't need to use sensory language. But if you have a following who don't know you very well, it's time to dazzle with your descriptions and help them imagine experiencing the product for themselves. One of the criticisms of Simon Sinek's book Start With Why was that it could have been 100 pages shorter. People are like, we get it, move on, stop padding it out. It's the same with overblown movies and conferences that have programs stuffed fuller than a lunch buffet. There's a disconnect. People buy on quantity but value quality. And that's because there's a difference between perceived value and achieved value. Perceived value is why we have overlong books, movies, and conferences. Buyers perceive more represents value. But achieved value is what people actually experience. It's the magic of them being moved to a new understanding or feeling. The sad reality is Simon Sinek couldn't have sold his book to a publisher had it only been 50 pages. A short movie won't get people to the theatre, and a conference program with lots of time to ingest and reflect won't be able to justify its ticket price. But just remember, people might like you for more, but they will love you for less. With AI agents now answering questions on the first screen, how are you going to drive traffic to your website? Well, the SEO community is saying SEO isn't dead. I'm not so sure. Zero-click search is a thing, and it's only going to increase as people get used to relying on AI for answers. So, if you're used to blogging how-to information in the hopes people will visit your site, think again. What to do instead? Here are 3 ideas. Create video to bind your ideas and IP more directly to you. As Adriana Ticker suggests, promote you rather than your services. That way people will search directly for you. And 3, make sure your ideas are your ideas. Offer a fresh perspective rather than a generic AI one. This is wild. Monarch butterflies migrate thousands of kilometres each year from Canada to Mexico. As they fly over Lake Superior, they turn east to avoid a mountain before resuming their path. Here's the funny thing though, there is no mountain. They are avoiding an obstacle that does not exist. At least not one that exists any longer. We see this same behaviour in humans all the time. We follow paths that may have made sense at a point in time, but we've never thought to question whether they still do. We were taught, for example, that people do better when they know better. We assume that more information, more reasoning is what will change minds. We think listening to customers is the best way to get answers, assuming that people will do what they say they will. We do things as we've always done them, assuming change is riskier than not. Turns out, most humans aren't so different from monarch butterflies. but you can be. Well, this is a bit awkward. How to is dead. If part of your business, like mine, is writing about how to do something, I have bad news. It's over. People are already using AI to get information on how to do something, whether that's how to plan a wedding or create a marketing plan or write a job ad. The world already has more than enough how-to information published that AI can easily draw on. It doesn't need yours. But you know what isn't over? How not to do something.